us how it is for you in terms of the fan response to the show.
I feel absolutely blown away. That just people are here in costume and waiting in line to get our signatures and to support the show. It's absolutely thrilling for us. So I mean, I can't wait for it to debut. October 26th, 8:30, and then back at the regular time slot, 8 p.m.
Can you talk a little bit about, CBS is more so known for its procedural elements in its dramas. Can you talk about maybe the balance between procedural and serialized storytelling and Supergirl?
I think CBS, first of all, has been so supportive of us since day one, and Nina Tasser is transitioning out of that position, but Glenn Geller, who's now in it, has just been so amazing. And I think it's a network of incredibly strong women, Madam Secretary and Alicia from The Good Wife, and that this is just another strong woman adding to their roster. But we definitely have a procedural element to our show in addition to genre, and it's hopefully, an amalgam of all great things that we're working out. Yeah.
And do you fear comparisons that might come with Smallville or other shows about Superman world?
I mean, with all due respect to Smallville, and we love it, and it's a Warner Brothers property, and they did such an amazing job for 10 years, I think. It's just a different time. We can do different things with visual effects, and in terms of how we can bring this television show to people now. It's like making a movie every week. So the stories are able to. It's very spectacular visually, so we hope that everyone will really enjoy that.
And you can kind of extend the story over time, whereas versus a movie, you get like a kind of one wham bam, whereas in the TV show, can you tell us about how the characters, the character arcs are changing in the show?
Well, I mean, her comparison was to Smallville, and I think they did such an artful job of, exploring those characters for so long, and we hope to have, as much success, obviously, as that show. I just think that what's exciting about her in particular, and the rest of our characters that we're evolving as we go through this, and we're filming right now episode 8. But we just are learning more and growing these characters and sharing more of who they are inside and why they are who they are, and it's just really exciting to be able to, I don't know if you've seen the pilot, but it was, when I was we were at San Diego Comic-Con, it was just like our first taste, and now we just know these characters much better, and I'm so excited for everyone else to know them as much as we do.
What can you say about the difference between the comic book and the show?
Well, I think, the mythology of Superman is pretty specific. And the mythology of Supergirl kind of changes a little bit. And there's different versions of how she came to be. And for us, we've borrowed from all the best pieces, we think. And hopefully with Melissa giving breadth to that character, and she has such a unique point of view, and she really is our muse for how, we're evolving her. I think that we really get to take the best parts and have this open canvas. Thank you so much. To show that, and like the character of Alex Danvers, who plays her sister, is we created from whole cloth, and she is as much a Supergirl in our series as Supergirl. So.
Along those lines, was it hard finding an identity for Supergirl that separates her from Superman because he's such an overwhelming shadowy figure over her?
I think it's funny how we don't spend a lot of time talking about Superman. We'll answer the sort of question of Superman where he is in our world in series, but for us it's really her show, and so it's just like you have your own personality and I do. We don't necessarily compare each other, so we just spend more time talking about who she is, how she would handle problems, maybe versus how he would, but she just has to me a deep, rich well of emotions that we get to explore, in addition to just being a general, huge badass.
Cara? I was going to say that Cara's mother, even though she is dead, still has such an influence on the characters in the show through, Cara, through the prison ship that landed, and through her sister, who is introduced as a villain character at the end of the pilot. Are we going to learn more about who she was as a person, and maybe even get to see some flashbacks?
The answer is we love Laura Benanti, and we love working with her, and in all ways we will explore not only with the privilege of having a young lady crash on Earth at age 12. versus an infant crashing. She retains the memories of who she was on Krypton, and we definitely explore that through flashbacks on Krypton and on Earth. And so we really are excited about that stuff. It's a huge undertaking to, like, you know, where the call sheet says, like, literally, like, interior Krypton day. You know, it's really exciting.
And what have made you choose Melissa to be Supergirl?
You know, like, I just think, like, the children that I had were sort of, they chose to be with me, and I get to be their mom. Melissa Benoist literally flew into our lives, and sort of, she really inspired us from the day we met her. She was the first audition we had for Supergirl, and we then saw 1,000 more women, and we never quite could shake her. She just absolutely, I think, saw the 999 other people out of due diligence, and we always knew. It was like just falling in love. You just know when you've met the right person, and she is that for us every day.
Can you talk a little bit about making the costume, what it was? And,
yes, that was so thrilling. I'm such a fan of Colleen Atwood. She's done the Flash costume, and it's in meeting her, it was like one of the more thrilling pieces of this incredibly thrilling puzzle. And she also, in working with Kirsten Roning, who's our daily wardrobe designer, who designs all of Cara's stuff and has subsequently designed a lot of the supervillains, and she's taken Colleen's vision for the suit and run with it, you know, day to day on our huge production, and she's so inspiring. But it was just a thrill to meet, like, Academy Award winner, and she just had so many great ideas. And if you look at the pilot, so much of her influence from Krypton helps build the suit. It's really like she's thinking through every piece. What she is on Earth with her super suit is definitely informed by this beautiful Kryptonian fashion.
Getting back to the discussion earlier about guest stars, can you tease anything about the upcoming guest stars, especially the ones that have a prior relationship in the Superman?
We're so inspired by all of the stuff that Warner Brothers and DC allows us to have. We're having, I think this has already been announced, having Reactron and Red Tornado and Livewire, and an exclusive is, I can tell you that the Toyman will be coming. And if you have familiarity with DC World, one of our main characters is named Winslow Schott. So there will definitely be some exploration of the relationship between the Toyman coming and one of our lead characters. Exclusive.
Can you tell us anything about the upcoming guest star of people like Dean Cain?
Oh, I was mentioning before, great question. I was mentioning what we flash back to Krypton, but we also flash back to Midvale when Cara and Alex Danvers are in their adolescence, and we do revisit in the first few, I won't be specific, but very quickly we'll get our Dean Cain and Helen Slater itch scratched.
In other superhero TV shows right now, like especially the DC TV universe, the setting is very important to the story. Is National City, is that like explored as a character? Is it?
That's a great question. I think that Greg and Andrew and Sarah and I, in discussing this, we really wanted to feel far enough away from Metropolis where we are now in theoretical New York, and we wanted to feel like Los Angeles, National City, where there's palm trees and beaches and blue skies, and in as much as that tone really informs the show of sort of sunshine and optimism and hope, not the negatives about Los Angeles, but like National City is really a place that wants to look towards the light, and it's got this optimism, our show, that we really wanted to make sure we touched on.
What I like about shows about like Arrow and the Flash, there's tons of Easter eggs in each episode. Will Supergirl follow suit with that as well?
We love to do that for people who know. Absolutely, there's little things we put in every episode. Absolutely.
The relationship between Cara and James Olsen is really interesting on the pilot because he represents this connection to this cousin that seemingly she doesn't get to see that often, and already knows a lot about this world and is kind of I guess like a free agent in relation to a lot of the other people who know about her secret. Can you talk a little bit about their relationship?
I can talk very little about their relationship, but I will say that James Olsen is very inspirational for her in the pilot and continues to be. And then I think what happens with Supergirl is that it's almost like the student becomes the teacher, and I think very quickly Cara, Zor-El, Supergirl, Cara Danvers inspires everyone in her path. So I think he learns a lot from her and vice versa. He has the experience of working with Superman, but she definitely has a core kindness that she like bestows on everyone.
And with so many superhero TV shows right now, it's great, but why do you think it's the best time to be on TV with superheroes?
I don't know about superheroes. It's so funny about the timing of our show. It just seems like, and we're 50% of the population women, but it seems that we're really at the forefront of every discussion right now. Talking about a White House person, female, and talking about major box office stars, Melissa McCarthy, talking about how we've come from many superheroes on television, but since Wonder Woman or Sydney Bristow or Buffy, we really haven't found that big, strong, emotionally inspiring woman, and we're hoping that comes with Melissa Benoist and our tremendous cast. We're so lucky.
Last question.
Oh, Tammy's here with last question.
This isn't that amazing, but I wanted to ask, because your cast obviously has some very musically talented members.
Yes.
Will we ever get to see them use that skill?
We talk about that. We're so lucky to have this tremendous cast that I think everybody sings. So we'd be stupid if we didn't use that at some point. But right now, no firm stories have been broken, but we absolutely, to go on set, everyone is singing or dancing or something, and coming from Glee, where I have been and Melissa Benoist has been, it would be silly not to take advantage of that at some point.
It really goes with the theme, I think, of National City, too. It seems like a lot of people would sing.
We're light, we're singing. Yeah. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.